my name is Megan. This is my brother Mason. This is our dog Cece. This is our cat Little League. This is my brother's girlfriend Casey. This is my mom Wendy. My dad Charlie. I did my speech over food banks. So let's get started. Food banks are very important to our community. They work to make the lives of others better. Food banks are for those who cannot afford to go to the grocery store. That is why volunteers are so important. Food banks take donations to give to those in need. Food banks usually have an assortment of canned and fresh food. They can be found in almost any town, and the best way to find one is to contact your local churches. Food banks are a nonprofit organization that collects and distributes food to people. They will rely on donors and volunteers to carry out their day-to-day operations. People that run the food banks get donations from other people or community grocery stores to hand out to those who need it. That's when volunteers are needed. They can help pass out food, or they can go pick it up. They can also do other miscellaneous work to help. When working at a food bank, you should always dress comfortably. You should wear long pants, closed-toed shoes, and no tank tops. You should never wear jewelry or anything that is valuable to you, because it could be lost. And always dress appropriate for the weather. You must be at least 18 years of age to participate at a food bank. If you are under the age of 18, you must have a signed parent permission slip, and you must be accompanied by someone over the age of 21. The food bank that I volunteered at is located at the United Methodist Church of Chelsea in Chelsea, Oklahoma. The food bank is open every Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30. This is considered to be a small food bank because it feeds up to 75 families per week. This bank gives out canned food and fresh food. For example, it gives out dried foods, fresh foods like apples and eggs. It also gives out cases of bottled water and cases of juice drink for kids. It also gives out canned soup, canned green beans, and corn. Oh my. Sorry. Okay. There is always a huge need for volunteers across America in food banks. Someone is always grateful for the hard work that volunteers do for the ones in need. When I volunteered, it was such a rewarding experience for me. What I witnessed was people who had stressful days, who are so grateful that they did not have to worry about not eating. If you are trying to find a good community service place to volunteer, you should look into your local food bank. They are always needing volunteers year-round. It is a great way to help those in need and to help the ones who have tough lives. I loved my experience at the food bank, and I am looking forward on going back to volunteer again. Okay, thank you. That was my speech. Do you guys have any questions? Yes.
I do. How many Americans a year do food banks help?
Okay, food banks help out about 40 million Americans each year.
Thank you.
What should you not donate to a food bank?
The big thing is that you should never donate anything that has glass. Like anything in a glass container, because it can be shattered from being transported, basically. So, glass is a no. Anyone else?
My question is if a local farmer has a surplus of a certain vegetable, what should they do to, how would they contact the food bank?
Okay, so you should contact the main office, which when you do that, it's going to be in a church usually. So you would call the church, call the main office, and you would talk to the person in charge. Thank you guys.